Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Oxford News This Week. I'm Jim Hughes. On this edition, the accused pleads guilty in court. Don't make threats a warning from Oakland County Sheriff. Those stories and sports on this special edition of Oxford News This Week. Back with you on Oxford News This Week, and as of this taping, the accused Oxford High School shooter, expected in court and made a pled his 24 charges on Monday. The accused shooter facing felony charges as an adult in connection with the mass shooting at Oxford High School that wounded 7 people, again killed 4 students, 14-year-old Hannah St. Juliana, 16-year-old Tate Meir, 17-year-old Madison Baldwin, and 17-year-old Justin Schilling. The accused facing 24 felony charges as an adult, including 1 count of terrorism causing death, 4 counts of first-degree murder, 7 counts of assault with an intent to murder, and 12 counts of possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony. Some of the legal experts stated that depending on the plea, which he did plead guilty earlier this morning, his cooperation, it'll determine on the plea bargain on the impact on the other cases with his parents. The Oakland County Prosecutor Office already stating that there had been no deal with the accused shooter of any sort being made prior to the plea. Last week, a 14-year-old Oxford Township boy was arrested at his home on the 12th by Oakland County Sheriff's deputies after posting pictures on social media of 3 handguns claiming he would kill people of Jewish descent. According to the press release from the Sheriff's Office, the juvenile court referee authorized the boy's placement at Oakland County Children's Village. A hearing set for upcoming October 13th was adjourned until October 19th as the sheriff detectives seek charges against the boy. The release stated the boy is being held without bond. The events leading to the arrest unfolded quickly last week. Shortly after 7 p.m., deputies were contacted by an agent from the FBI. The agent reported there was some information that a 14-year-old male had posted on social media the firearm pictures, and he said he was in possession of a handgun and a threat to kill unspecified Jewish people at the Legacy Center, which is located at 925 North Lapeer Road in Oxford Township. According to the reports, deputies were dispatched to the facility at 7:30 in the evening, found nothing unusual. Further investigation information led them to an address shortly after 8 p.m. Deputies arrived at the home and spoke to the boy's parents, who gave their permission to question their son. He admitted to posting the pictures on social media, making the threatening statements, including having access to firearms. 3 handguns belonging to the father were taken from the home, as were multiple live rounds found in the boy's bedroom. The boy was arrested, lodged in Children's Village. A threat of South Lyon East High School last week resulted in an arrest as well of a student. Again, 3 other juveniles have been identified for making threats recently in schools across the area: Orion Township, Pontiac, Rochester Hills. Detectives investigating a threat made on October 13th at the Clarkson Junior High School. Once again, Oakland County Sheriff says they are prosecuting to full extent on any of these cases. The Oxford Township Supervisor Jack Curtis highlighted several details from the Sharp Engineering report in October at the meeting. The Oxford Township Board of Trustees, among the updates included work on the new Oxford Fire Station number 3 on Maloney Street Bridge replacement. Jack Curtis.
The first one is Fire Station number 3. Trees have been cleared and grading is performed on the property. Work is anticipated to be completed by mid-November. Number 2, M24 Sanitary Special Assessment District. Design of the sanitary sewer will be completed this month. Easement and permitting process will begin in November and extend through the winter months, with bids scheduled for early 2023. Number 3, Maloney Street Bridge. The bridge structure has been set. The Road Commission of Oakland County continues to install the break walls and prepare the road for paving. Paving of the road is anticipated to be completed in early November, with additional construction continuing into late November. Safety pass. Ray Road, North Oxford Road. Project is fully designed and ready to bid, waiting to see if infrastructure grant is approved for funding. And Seymour Lake Road, CJ Carnacchio, our grants and communications manager, is applying for design grants to extend the path to Seymour Lake Park.
Again, Jack Curtis there. OCTV rebroadcasts the Oxford Township Board regular meetings. They can be seen here on our channel at 7 p.m. Wednesday nights. The Oxford Downtown Development Authority, Idaho muralist Nick Hotman, after continuing to make an impression last week, Hotman, a 2001 Oxford High School graduate, adding to the finishing touches of his second mural in downtown Oxford. Most recently, Hotman painted the east wall of the Creative Embroidery, 10 East Burdick Street, as part of the DDA's Community Courtyards placemaking project. The theme for the mural highlights Oxford's history, including years when the village, township, and schools were all founded, historic industry like gravel mining, businesses like Oxford Leaders, sports icons like Ty Cobb, and entertainers like the Radio Lone Ranger, who have connections to Oxford. Earlier in the summer, he painted a mural in the northwest quadrant of the Oxford Village. Now, the southeast quadrant. The project is estimated to value of $5,000 to complete and will be paid by the DDA, which it's getting it funded from the $250,000 grant from the Consumers Energy Foundation. Hotman efforts getting noticed. Nick has also been asked for quite a few businesses to do murals both indoor and outdoor. Kelly Westbrook said, the DDA manager, one of the first businesses to ask for a makeover was the Covered Wagon Saddlery located at 20 South Washington. Last Wednesday, the DDA Board of Directors approved a $4,000 plus faceted grant to the businesses. The grant is for removal of awnings, paintings both front and rear of the building. By Thursday morning, the front awning was taken off. The project was done in 2 phases. Westbrook did say after the awning was removed, Hotman painted the trim upper awnings and repaint the icon on a new sign. In the spring, the brick will be sealed in the upper awning and removing, according to Westbrook, the DDA has given out well over $40,000 in grants so far in the year. She expects the year-end, the DDA will have awarded well over $60,000, again, making Oxford look good. It's hunting season, and this year, even hunters with disabilities have the opportunity to get out and enjoy nature. Last month, Addison Township Supervisor Bruce Pearson and Rob Blazek of the Parks Committee drove down Ypsilanti to pick up a donated hunting blind. The blind was installed in the township's 82-acre Lake George Nature Park. According to Pearson, the township was able to receive grant money to obtain the park property with the stipulation that it become accessible to people with disabilities. People with disabilities can reserve the use of hunting in that blind. Pearson also thanked the volunteers who helped make the project come to fruition. For more information about the Michigan operation, Freedom Outdoors, to go to their website at miofo.org, Lake George Nature Park, which is located at 730 West Leonard Road. More information, just contact their offices at 248-628-5409. It's been 3 months since Rose Walker took over the reins at Addison Township Library. Library director said she is excited about her brand new job. She replaced Dennis Hillers on July 11th. Using creativity comes in handy when developing a library collection of programming resources such as technology, streaming, and different platforms like ebooks. Programming, she said, can be a large canopy covering events like tutoring, trivia, Knights, Dungeons and Dragons, and genealogy. And reading the programs, Walker, 35, received her master's degree in library information sciences from Wayne State University, and prior to her Addison Township Library, she worked as a librarian for the Rochester University. The library broadbanded approximately 3.8 acres, broadened by the Rochester on the south, Cantley on the west of Mill Mine on east of the building, a 5,000 square foot facility. The current library, where they have been located since 2011, is only 3,000 square feet and houses a collection of 27,000 items. The funniest part of her 3 months, she said, was being able to play Dungeons and Dragons. She also enjoys when small children come in for library story time. The hardest part of her job, she said, is as a nonprofit, is making sure all the dots and all the T's and crosses to make the budget in these budget challenging times. It's not catching the bad guys. Firefighting the other evening, members of the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, OCSO, and Oxford Fire Department handed out goodies and costume kids during the Trunk or Treat event At the Clear Lake Elementary School, representing the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Sergeant Rick Meza and Deputy Justin Barnes. The resource officer at the Oxford Middle School, representing the Oxford, were firefighter paramedic Jonathan Jones, EMT Tanya Peralt, and firefighter paramedic Darren Balinsky. As we roll into our break, we'll show you some pictures from that night with the haunting sounds. With that, I'll be back with sports. Dave Kenny will have a few segments, and again, I'll close it all out. You're watching Oxford News This Week.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from Automotive News. The exclusive club of pickup trucks sporting a six-figure price tag is getting a new member. The $107,000 GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 arrives just over a year from now. The first of three planned trim levels, the Sierra EV Edition 1, is powered by a pair of electric motors for a rating of 754 horsepower. The pickup will have a range of 400 miles, towing capability of 9,500 pounds, and a brisk 0 to 60 mile per hour time of just 4.5 seconds, GMC says. And like the GMC Hummer EV, the Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 will be able to do the crab walk. Sorry, I can't have a picture of that. The top-of-the-line Denali brings a laundry list of luxury, safety, and convenience features, including quilted seats, real wood trim, and 3 screens, including one for the heads-up display. The Super Cruise hands-free driving system will be configured for trailer towing. The truck can power a house or recharge another vehicle, such as a Chevrolet Bolt. Its 350 kilowatt charging system can inject 100 miles of range into the Ultium batteries in 10 minutes, GM says. Following the debut of the Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 pickup in the early 2024, GMC will flesh out the lineup with 2 additional models, the entry-level Elevation and the off-road oriented AT4 in early 2025. Duncan Aldred, Global Vice President of Buick and GMC, said at a media preview for the Sierra EV Denali that the Elevation model will have a starting sticker price of around $50,000. Aldred also said GMC's marketing plan for the Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 will offer first dibs to the truck to current GMC Denali pickup and SUV owners. The strategy also addresses manufacturing constraints with the truck. It will be built in very limited numbers at General Motors, that is, Factory Zero plant in Detroit, as it ramps up output for a broad array of electric vehicles. These include the Chevrolet Silverado EV, GMC Hummer pickup and utility, GMC pickups and Cruise Origin delivery vehicle. On this one, we are going to try a different tactic, Aldred said. We'll invite our Denali owners to a private showing and to reserve one, and then open it up to public reservations in a limited number. GMC wants to avoid the situation it faced with the Hummer EV orders, he says, in which so many reservations were placed, about 90,000, that the lead times for the vehicles got too long. Aldred would not give a specific production number for the Edition 1, but said it would be less than 10,000 units. As with competitive electric trucks, the Sierra EV Denali pickup sports a front-opening frunk, that's frunk, folks, with an F, for storage, but this one is power-operated and features 2 drains for wet items such as scuba gear, ice bags, and coolers. The body of the Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 has 2 other novel features, including a mid-gate design that extends the rear bed to inside the vehicle. The rear section of the cab folds forward and flat, increasing the bed from 5 feet 11 inches to more than 9 feet, enabling an object, such as a surfboard, to fit in the bed. Unlike other trucks, there is no visible seam on the side of the body separating cab from bed. It's hidden in a trim applique. GMC is not concerned about the six-figure window sticker of the Sierra EV Denali Edition 1. According to GMC, the average price paid for a light-duty Sierra pickup is $65,000. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Back with you on Oxford News this week. Time for some sports. The end of the 2022 high school football season with the Wildcats ended this past Friday. Chippewa Valley was their last non-conference matchup. Oxford did lose that game. A week prior, they lost to Bloomfield Hills High School 7-3. Their record going into the game was 1-7 overall, 0-5 in the Oakland Activities Association Red Division. Again, last in the league. West Bloomfield, Rochester, Adams, and Clarkston are all on top of the OAA Red with all 4-1 records. Chippewa Valley 6-2 overall. Again, after it was over, Oxford showed another loss with a 1-8 record for the overall season. We at OCTV want to thank our sponsors this year at Oxford Football, Oxford Bank, and Oxford Health Quest. With their help, we were able to stream the entire season, minus the first game in Romeo. All games are on YouTube. Our YouTube page will remain there for years. Check them out anytime. Also, we open up sponsorships for any of our sports or any of our other programs. Feel free to contact our office. It was a day filled with excitement for the Oxford High School varsity girls golf team. They matched up with the Clarkston and Lake Orion Wildcat captain Ellie Gieselman. Finished with a day at 82 and was two golfer playoff to qualify for the state's individual. The season 4 Wildcats were named first team All-League Kira Billis, Gieselman, Gabby Wade, I should say, my apology, and Olivia Clark. They were also named to the All-State Academic Team. Coach Gabler said she was also proud that the team was voted Oakland Athletic Association White Sportsman Team of the Year. Oxford finished the season 4-2 in league play, 6-2 overall. Congratulations to the Lady Golfers. It was a good day in Oxford as the runners of the Oxford High School varsity girls cross country team legged out 31 other teams. They did a great job out there at the Oakland County Championship. The Wildcats edged out Walled Lake Northern, Stony Creek, and who finished second and third respectively. Highland, Milford United, Troy, Rochester, Clarkston, Farmington, Novi, Walled Lake. Again, everybody was there, the top 10 in that order. The race was at the Kensington Metro Park in Milford Township. Once again, congratulating our Oxford Lady Runners. That's sports. Dave Kenny will have another segment. I'll close the news out, and we will be back with more on Oxford News this week.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. Scientists may be closer to understanding why some people are more attracted to mosquitoes than others. It could come down to an acidic byproduct produced by bacteria on the skin. Maria Elena Diabaldia at the Rockefeller University in New York and her colleagues asked 8 people to wear sleeves made of nylon for 6 hours. In a series of experiments, nylon swatches worn by each individual were placed in one of 2 boxes, with the second box containing fabric worn by another of the participants. A third box was attached via a tunnel to the 2 boxes. This box contained female Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, a major carrier of infections such as yellow fever and Zika. By studying various fabric combinations, the team analyzed which box attracted more mosquitoes. They repeated the experiment over several months to determine if their findings were consistent. The researchers found that the nylon worn by people with high levels of carboxylic acids in their body odor were the most attractive to the insects, with these participants being coined mosquito magnets. Bacteria on the skin produce carboxylic acids as a byproduct of another material produced by the skin called sebum. Diabaldia notes that the team did not categorize every chemical in the participant's body odor, which permeated the nylon fabric. Other skin chemicals and factors such as body temperature and the exhalation of carbon dioxide have also been linked to mosquito biting behavior. Unfortunately, it may not be possible to change the amount of carboxylic acids we produce in an attempt to avoid being bitten. Human skin odor may be affected by genetic factors, skin microbiome, and our overall diet, says D'Abaldia. It is unlikely to be caused by short-term factors that are constantly changing, such as what one has had for lunch on a particular day. The bacteria on our skin play a major role in our body odor. By living deep in our pores, the microbes cannot easily be washed away, says D'Abaldia. Even when we wash the skin surface, it's soon repopulated by skin microbes, she says. In a second part of the research, the team repeated the experiment with genetically modified mosquitoes that have a reduced ability to sense acids. A far lower percentage of these mosquitoes were attracted to the nylon worn by the participants, but the insects could still differentiate fabrics belonging to mosquito magnets. I think this reflects the fact that mosquitoes are choosing who to bite based on several, potentially many, odors emanating from our skin, says D'Abaldia. It also reflects redundancy in the olfactory system of the mosquito. When one receptor pathway is disrupted, the relevant molecules can still be detected by a different receptor pathway. According to Abaldia, it is unclear why mosquitoes are attracted to one human over another. Female mosquitoes can get perfectly good blood protein to support egg development from any human, she says. This is an important discovery that promises to trigger the development of new specific interventions, such as genetically modifying mosquitoes to prevent them from biting people and transmitting disease, says George Christophides at Imperial College in London. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
That's going to wrap up another edition of Oxford News this week. OCTV can be viewed on Spectrum Charter Channel 191, Channel 99, on AT&T Uverse and YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. Folks can even download the Roku app and watch OCTV programming. OCTV is also available to local groups for producing public service announcements. Have a show idea or you want to maybe volunteer, give our office a call at 248-628-9658. Again, want to thank our director-producer tonight. Again, we'd like to definitely thank Kyle Snage. Our videographer, Al Campbell, our editor, also Kyle Snage, program director, Connie Miller, station manager, Terry Stiles. For everyone here at OCTV, I'm Jim Hughes, hoping you have a safe week. I do invite you back next week, and we will take a look at Oxford News this week. Have a great week, everyone.